Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam, and if you love luxury fashion, then you're definitely going to love my channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, turn on those notification bells below, and today, let's get right into it. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the time that I was almost on the MTV show, The Real World. So I was only one step away from actually being casted on the actual show, but there was one thing that got in the way. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. Okay, so when it comes to starting out, I'm going to have to paint the picture for you guys. This was back in the year 2015 or 2016. Now, in 2015, I was living in Calabasas, California, and it was absolutely amazing. I had the best time. I was in a relationship during this time, and it was absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I even did get a helicopter for my birthday before, and this was the best gift of all time. I absolutely loved it. And I am going to be kind of getting into this in a different video later on about my old California life, because it is really important to who I am, so it's definitely like a story that I would like everybody to know. However, when it comes to California, I first moved there when I was 20 years old. I went there for 1 week on a vacation, ended up meeting somebody on the very last day. We talked constantly for 2 weeks straight. You could not get us off the phone and not off FaceTime, so it was really cute. 2 weeks later, I did move into him after 2 weeks of knowing him, and then we were actually together for 5 years after that. Technically, kind of like 7 years, but the last 2 years were really rocky. But I was in California for those 5 years, and this is during that time period. So when I first moved to California, I absolutely loved my style. This is when I first started to get highlights, so this was really, really cute. I absolutely did love all of my looks, even my cute little panda coat. I still have this panda coat, that's what I call it, and it's just so like iconic to me. I absolutely love it. However, I did end up changing my hair. I went to black, and this is the time period that it really kicked off. So during this specific period, I was really big on Instagram. I was constantly posting. So even at this time, I did have a small business going. For my little business, I did have a cute little website, and I did sell my pin buttons. So you can see I do have one that says, "Ew, what? Meow, can you not? I'm a supermodel and love wins." Now, the love wins ones, I know when I did go through my heartbreak, I did throw them all away, and I was like, no, it does not. However, I do still have one, so it's cool because I am able to show you all of these. I do still have a lot of the rest, so that's really cool. These are also really cute because they do say my name on them. So they do say Adam Ridgway, so they are very, like, just so me. And these are all the things that I used to say all the time. So, just so cute, and what a moment. As you see, I do have a lot of pin buttons left. I do have an entire baggie full of them still. But these all of them, they are so super cute. I might be selling them again one day. You just really never know, but possibly one day. So when it comes to these pin buttons, they are really cute. I kind of think that it did help the producers and everything really be interested in me because again, I had so much potential and my life was just really something else at this point. But when it comes to this, when it comes to the real world, the reason why I wanted to be on it was because I never really had like a set group of friends. I was never like really like close to anybody, and I would have loved that experience of just having a bunch of friends and you all go through the same experience together, and it really just kind of like has a lifelong experience that holds you all together. So that's why I wanted to go on the show. And then also the only season that I actually watched was The Real World in 2010, and this was back in the New Orleans season. So not the first New Orleans, this is back when like Ryan was on it. Ryan, I thought he was so cute, and I was just like, I absolutely couldn't. Like, he was everything to me. Ryan was a little bit crazy. There even was a girl from Dearborn, Michigan, which is like really close to Detroit, and her name was Sahar, so that also inspired me to be on the show. Altogether, it was a really, really great season. I loved the cast of it, and I really wanted to be a part of it. So because of that, I decided to apply for the real world. And what I did was, I went through my entire application process. It was 100 questions about your life and what you would do in specific situations. I sent it in and I didn't expect anything of it, but then I actually got an email for the casting call, and it was like, "Hi, we want to do an open casting call, so come to this address and then you will sit and everything and we'll go over it." So that's exactly what I did. So it was really like weird, and I was really confused at first because the interview was actually at Hooters. So I've never once been in a Hooters before, so when I went in there, I was like, is this a joke? Is this like a scam? Like, is this actually like the real world? But it turned out to be, when I went in, there was a huge line. Everyone had their portfolios of like why they should be on the show together, and it was really cool. So when you walked in, they sat you in a booth with 6 other people, and they each asked you the same questions. You went around and you got to answer everything. Just tell me about your life, why you'd be great on the show, why do you want to be on the show, everything like that. So when it comes to those 6 people, when everyone answers, they then put you in 2 groups. One group went on to the next steps, and the other one didn't. I was really fortunate, and I was picked. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, because they did pick me for like the next step. They're like, okay, we're gonna do a Skype call, and then a phone call, another phone call, and then you'll like be in. So there was 3 more steps to go at this point. So a few days later, I got the email when it came to the Skype session. And yes, it was a Skype session because this was back before Zoom was created. So the Skype session went really well. Once again, you just sat down with everybody and you went over the same type of questions and really kind of got to see how like the camera worked with you on the Skype call. So that was cool. Once again, I did pass that. It was really, really exciting. And then, here comes like the scandalous part. Okay, so this time I did all my calls and I'm down to my very, very last call. Everything has been going good. To really paint the picture, if you didn't see my last California vlog, definitely check it out because I do take you back to Calabasas and even Malibu, which I absolutely love Malibu. I would always be driving in the Malibu Canyon and going to my favorite spot. Absolutely lovely. So to really paint the picture, check out that vlog. But there I am with my boyfriend at the time. We're driving through the Malibu Canyon and I get the last phone call. So we immediately pull over to the very first gas station we see, and then I talk to one of the producers, and she says, we absolutely love you, we do want you on the show, but we have one last question for you. And I was like, oh no, okay, what's that question gonna be? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous to even tell you about this, because I don't want there to be backlash, I don't want to insult anyone, offend anyone, or I don't want to be insensitive at all. But this was the same year that Caitlyn Jenner came out as transgender. So being transgender was an extremely hot topic, and that's what they really wanted for the show. So when I picked up the phone call, I talked to her, and she was like, I really want you on the show. We absolutely love you. Like, you have the spot. We just have one last question for you. And I was like, okay, what's the question? And then she immediately said, are you transgender? And immediately I was just like so disappointed. I was like, oh my god, I am not gonna get this spot. I'm not gonna be on the show because, to be honest, I'm not transgender, and I'm not going to lie about that just to get on the show because there's just so many cons to that. For one, you have to pretend to be someone you're not. You have to take a risk of even lying about it to get on and then changing your storyline, being like, sorry, you're not getting that storyline from me. I'm just a gay man, and you have to deal with that because then you could get kicked off the show, maybe even fined. I have no idea because I never made it to the actual contract step. That was the next step. However, she was so, so disappointed, and she was doing everything she could to get me to say yeah. She was like, are you sure? Are you positive? We really, really, really like you, but are you sure, positive? And I was like, damn, I'm sorry, no, like, that's not me, that's not my story. However, my soul, I do believe in past lives, and I do believe I've mostly been women in my past life. So to be honest, I do feel like I have a woman's soul, but I also know that I was born into this life for a reason, to learn from some of my past mistakes. Again, I'm really, really, like, into past lives and learning your lessons that you're supposed to. So in this life, I'm Adam, I'm just a gay man, but when I think back, I'm like, yeah, I am a woman on the inside, but I am also me. Like, if I think of myself, I think of me, Adam, in the mirror. When I think of how I look in my head, I see me, like how I am today. So, that really did help me with a lot of self-confidence at an early age. I'm like, I am me, I'm very, very happy with myself, and I'm living my life, and, it's just me. So I was honest and I told her that. I was like, if you would like me to talk about having a woman's soul, but being like, I'm living this life as Adam and I love being who I am, like, I'm Adam, like, it's as simple as that, then yeah, I would 100% talk about that. But that's not what she wanted. She wanted someone that was going through the entire process. When I look back, I'm really happy that I wasn't on the show, actually. So the reason why I'm really happy that I wasn't on the show is because, unfortunately, during that time in my life, I was still a little immature. Like, there was just so many things that I probably would have done and that I probably would have said that I would have been so embarrassed by. And that's just not, like, the real me that I would have wanted to portray. Now that I am 28, I have grown up a lot. I mean, that was back when I was, like, 22 that I applied for the show, maybe. Maybe, like, 22, 23, somewhere around there. So, I'm almost going to be 29 this year, and that's nearly 30. So I've honestly matured a lot. So looking back, I'm really, really happy I was not on the show altogether. Everything happens for a reason. I'm really happy that I did not lie and pretend to be someone that I'm not just to get on the show, or just to even fake it. That would just be absolutely horrible. And, as I said, I'm really happy that I wasn't on it because it would have been so embarrassing looking back, I'm sure. And to be honest, that just kind of goes to show how, like, reality TV shows, they are really, really kind of, like, scripted, and they have a certain layout that they want to stick to. So, that's really just that. And I'm not silly. Like, I knew if I was on the show, I was totally down to, like, fake, like, a fight with my boyfriend on the phone. I even told him that, and he was just like, he was, honestly, my boyfriend at the time, he did not want me to go on the show. There was honestly so many reasons to that I don't want to get into in this video because I don't want to, like, portray him in a certain light, because altogether, it's still the love of my life. If you know me, then like, unfortunately, I did go through a really, really tough breakup. I did get my heart broken. If you watch my very first YouTube video from when I did makeup, and then you watch my first luxury fashion video, you can totally see the difference from when I was happy, from when I had that spark, to when I was just kind of like dead inside. And I was trying to bring that spark back when I first started my YouTube. And even when you watch my first Prada video, when you watch this video, 10 times better. Like, I'm kind of more awake, the spark's coming back, and I'm doing a lot better. But, that breakup was definitely a really, really hard time. And it is kind of why I buy so much luxury fashion, to fill the void of my heartbreak. I remember when it first really happened, I maybe spent $6,000 in one day to make myself feel better. And I still remember everything I bought. Like, I still have it all. My sunglasses, my Dior sunglasses, my giant computer. I really, like, went for it and stuff. But I think the point of it was just because this was such an important time period in my life. So much has happened. So in order to really know me, you have to kind of know my California side. So definitely check out my California vlogs. They're really fun. They're really interesting. And I will be doing more videos about my past because it really, really just allows you to get to know me. Okay, so I also want to make it clear that the producers of the actual TV show, The Real World, they're not bad people because of that. They just really wanted to make a good TV show, and I understand that. They wanted to cast a specific type of person. That's what they were looking for, and unfortunately, I didn't make the cut. They still message me all the time to be on TV shows. Like, to be honest, I actually got the email for Naked and Afraid, which absolutely I was not gonna do. I got one for, like, Paradise Island, which is like a love show, and then even the Bad Boys Club as well. And the Bad Boys Club, I was just like, that's definitely not for me, not applying to that, but thank you for sending anything. And I actually do have some emails right here. So, like, even just the other week, I got one, and then this one is going to be for, like, a troubled teen. Then we have some sitcom roles as well. It doesn't say the name of the sitcom show, but it does say, like, the character that you would be playing. Like, this one, you'd be called Ben, and he is a concerned older brother who is trying to save his younger brother, Billy. So I will say that when it does come to, like, acting and stuff like this, I actually did try it, and I did have a really good manager before. Not, like, good as in they were, like, serious and stuff, but they were really nice, and I did do, like, an audition process. So trying for The Real World, I wasn't really scared of it because I've always been really comfortable with the camera. But, being an actor, it's just not for me. Being a reality TV star, it's just not for me unless it's, like, a correct role for me, like a specific type of show I would do. And also when it comes to The Real World, like, I was interested in it because, again, like, the setting of the show. But then after I applied, it started to become, like, the Real World Challenge and the exes. So, like, all your exes would show up. And everything that the show turned into, I was just not interested in, and I wanted no part of that. So I really don't like the direction that The Real World even went in. But I still get a lot of casting emails from the production company. They are really, really sweet. They've actually called me once before. I forgot what show it was about because it was so, so long ago. But they actually did reach out and call me, and they were like, "Hi, would you be interested in this?" But I think, again, it was a dating show, but I wasn't interested in it because I already had a boyfriend. And again, even though I'm not with this certain man, he is still the love of my life. I mean, I remember seeing a photo of him for the very, very first time. The second I seen that photo, I instantly fell in love, and I was like, wow, you're the one. Like, you are the love of my life. And I've always been correct since then. Like, that hasn't changed. It does make it really hard to date because, like, I'm still in love with somebody, but it's just such a complicated, it's just so complicated. I don't want to get into it in this video, but definitely I am enjoying talking to you guys about, like, that specific time of my life. So, maybe one day I will dive more into it. Okay, and that is the story of how I was almost on the real world. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment down below. I do have a lot more videos coming very soon, all on luxury fashion. We'll be diving into more Chanel, Balenciaga, of course Versace, because I love Versace, but there's a lot of good content coming, so definitely comment down below, like and subscribe, and have a great day. Au revoir.